Over here in the red at the bottom left-hand corner on our one-on-one map, the champion of the GSL Season 2, we have...
I am NesTea.
No, he is NesTea.
I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I think that said Detective Zerg, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
And, yeah.
Over here in the blue, we have our Terran player, former Warcraft 3 competitive gamer. They call him...
Maka Prime Re.
Sorry, we always have to try to sync that up with our Korean commentators. We never know when it's going to come.
Detective Zerg, I really like that, Tasteless, because that's kind of what he is. You know, I've been talking over and over about his decision-making, and the reason it's so good is because he finds out what they're doing, but will he find out this?
Yeah, this is interesting.
Proxy barracks. It's, this time, instead of being near his natural, it's near his opponent's natural. Is that a Maka Rax?
Let's see. Maka Rex. Hold tight, guys. I'm really curious if actually NesTea's going to hold this. He's not getting gas, by the way. So, this is a pretty heavy rush. He's going to focus a lot of his resources on that. I'm also curious, what do you think? Would you send SCVs in this case?
Well, he has sent a second one. I don't know. It's a hard choice. Is he going to try to go all in with this, or is this a pressure build?
Well, it's tough to say. Oh, nice.
Okay. Well, yeah,
wow.
I would send 2 more SCVs down right now just because when these finish, you're basically going to win as long as you keep repairing. But if these SCVs do jump to the inside, things could go NesTea's way.
Yeah, the SCVs do move around the bunkers as they're making them, so sometimes you can get that SCV.
See, he's trying to click on the SCVs.
Now he's going to repair it after that. Oh, my God.
He's going to have to cancel that hatchery.
Bunkers greater than NesTea.
Yeah. Very scary strategy.
This is bad. Zerg's going to have to cancel.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Cancels at the very last second, as he should. And, looks up here, Tasteless.
Take a look at that.
Roach Warren. All right. There's a lot of ways you can break out of here. You can push forward with spine crawlers. You can use banelings. You can go roaches. One thing you can't break out with, though, is speedlings.
No. Certainly cannot. Now, Maka is free to do whatever he wants, basically. Oh, take a look here.
Spine crawler, that'll probably be to hit the bunkers, and then he was going to have roaches out to maybe try to do a counterattack. But NesTea, it's a scary position for him. Maka's really prepared, and his follow-up is actually brilliant. If we look in his main base, look at that, 3 barracks going up immediately. He does have his gases, so he's just going to go upgraded units. And the thing is, whatever NesTea does off one base, Zerg needs more bases than their opponent.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's that simple. You can't be on the same number of bases for very long at all. And as the longer it's one base versus one base, the more this comes into Maka Prime's favor.
Maka Prime, being a Warcraft 3 player, he does have really good micro. So we're going to see NesTea get out of the situation. I do like this response. The more common response for Terran after they do the double bunker is to go ahead and expand. But in this case, this almost makes more sense.
It does. Because Zerg is obviously going to have a lot of units to break out of there with.
Yeah.
You may as well have a lot of units to stop him and just keep it same number of bases as long as possible. You know, it's important. And here we go, Tasteless. He's breaking out, and Maka's smartly running away from there. The barracks even going to scout. I love it, Tasteless.
Yeah, this is really smart.
Maka has this planned out beautifully. A great player indeed.
Lings are chasing him. And it looks like he did cut off these Marines. But it does look like he's going to be prepared. With the Marauders out, you can drive off the roaches pretty easily. Meanwhile, we got Lings on the way towards the Terran's base. Now, I think NesTea's going to be a little bit shocked that he sees there's no expansion here. In fact, the Terran is continuing to one base. Meanwhile, Stim, combat shields, all on the way. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't put on the unit counter. Oops. My apologies.
Sorry, Tasteless, we forgive you.
Tasteless dropped the ball.
Very smart right now by I'm NesTea. He is getting Zergling's speed in that spawning pool.
Yeah.
But the thing is, remember that timing attack we saw last time? Marines and Marauders, you stim them, and it's going to be pretty hard to kill. I think he's just going to go for another timing like that, most likely. And how does NesTea stop that? He's not going to have Banelings out by then, it doesn't look like. He's not going to have a lot of creep down there, as this hatchery is so late. He doesn't really have the 2 hatcheries with double queen like he did last time to create more and more units. So Maka Prime's timing push is actually going to be ridiculously deadly.
Okay. Meanwhile, we got Terran moving out, and this is going to be tough for the Zerg to deal with.
Yeah. NesTea's going to see that and be like, oh, no.
You know what I love about the strategy, actually, is this area is so big to defend, this expansion over here, that he would have to make a bunch of spine crawlers otherwise.
Yeah, very true. But look at this. NesTea, very smart, making about 20 Zerglings right now. So he is just pumping out so many Speedlings. He actually may have enough to hold this off. We're going to have to see, Tasteless.
If he holds this up, I'm going to be impressed.
Oh, that spine crawler's so slow. Get over there, Burrow.
Let's see if NesTea can survive this attack.
He's trying to wait for this stim to wear off. That's why NesTea is trying to wait. Decides it is time, gets in there, surrounds the Marines. That's the important part. Surround those Marines. That's the DPS that's being dealt. And now he's going to be able to deal with the rest of this. It does look like Marauders are not so scary.
His micro's pretty good, but there should be more links on the way. Uh-oh.
Yep.
They're
Banes as well. But you know, once you kill a big group of Marines like that, these Marauders not nearly as scary.
Oh, certainly not.
They simply aren't that good against Marine Zerglings or drones, actually. It's the Marines that you're scared of.
Yeah.
That's why it's so strong in a tightly packed ball. But NesTea dealing with this very, very well so far.
All right. He's going to stim one Marauder. He wants to take a peek over here and figure out what's going on. Nice job here. Going to deny one Baneling.
Oh, no. Well, he is trying to trap him in here. There we go.
God.
Beautiful by NesTea.
NesTea is coming back.
Amazing play by NesTea so far. This is why he's a champion, Tasteless. But Maka right now, look at that. Banking a barracks, making a factory. This guy was in no way all in. No way whatsoever.
Not at all. He can still recover.
Yeah, he's forced so many Zerglings. He's killed some spine crawlers. A lot of Banelings have been forced, and those aren't going to be all that useful right now.
No, that's absolutely true.
Maka is actually playing a brilliant game. He's forcing NesTea into all these different positions, and NesTea, he's going to those positions, but he's actually beating Maka with the way he's dealing with it. So, really astoundingly good play. And look at this double bunker going up by Maka. Very smart considering the amount of units he's forced NesTea into right now. Going to defend up, make sure that those units remain useless at this time.
Here comes the command center. You're gonna have an expansion up here pretty soon. And our Zerg, by the way, has all of his gases taken.
Dude, he has 44 drones right now against 30 SCVs.
Insane, yeah.
Who knows how NesTea can take such a late expansion, make a trillion Zerglings to hold that off, and still have 44 drones.
Sometimes when I watch NesTea play, I feel like he's playing with the cheat codes on.
Even taking his third base at the same time as Terran lands the command center, so pretty good timing on that. Spire going up for NesTea as well. And Baneling speed. NesTea, a hero Zerg.
He is something else, man. This guy's a force to be reckoned with. I think it's smart he's taking this spot over here and not the gold. The gold to be a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah.
He might not be able to hatch up enough units in time to stop the Terran heading right towards him.
Quite true. And notice he's attacked from both sides with the Zerglings. Now, in the meantime, Maka is getting his starport, lifting that factory off that made the reactor so he can get out a lot of medevacs. But look over here. Another factory being made. It's going to wall off this area. Probably going to lift off and add on a tech lab and just rally siege tanks out of 2 factories. And with the 2 factory siege tank, he's... Oh, look at that. In a 3rd command center. When I see a Terran make a 3rd command center this fast, Tasteless, you know what it tells me?
What does it tell you, Artosis?
Tasteless, it tells me that this is a great Terran player, much like we saw Jinro do yesterday or the day before, or whenever that was. My mind all runs together. But regardless of that, it's a great Terran player because he is actually playing every step of the game, not just living in the early game, not just sitting in 2 base and being like, oh, Zerg's too strong. No, because he took the whole map and you're on 2 base. This guy's going to take extra bases. We're going to see a macro game. Beautiful play by our Terran player, Maka Prime.
You know what I like about this is people are finally playing the game, I guess what we could say is the proper way.
Yeah.
We're not seeing these kind of awkward timing pushes and two guys sitting on two bases, and then
Yeah.
one guy attacks on the other guy's base, which doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense.
There's
at
all sorts of small attacks. Nothing's all in, though.
Yeah.
They all are like, okay, I'm going to see if I can hurt you a little bit here, but it's not my winning move. This
Yeah.
is just a move to hurt you so that I can gain more advantage moving forward. And that's how economy-based RTSs are played at the highest level.
Muna's doing a little bit of harassment, but the turrets are up in time. This is turning out to be a pretty awesome ZVT. Or TVZ, if you will. I like this. For the newbie players, listen up, get your notepads out.
Yeah.
You want to put creep here at your opponent's expansion locations because they can't land the command center there as easily. It's just one of these little things, but if you do enough little things in StarCraft or StarCraft 2, it adds up to a big advantage.
Certainly it does. I would like to point out right now, supply-wise, NesTea crushing ahead right now after killing those attacks and somehow getting a trillion drones up. He's at 138 against Maka Prime's 97.
Yeah.
So he's got quite a lead on supply, taking that fourth base. Everything's looking good for our Zerg player, but Maka Prime still very much in it. Gonna take that gold base very quickly.
He is at the phase where he gets siege tanks. That makes it pretty tough to engage.
Yeah.
Here we have Mutas flying over here, taking out that turret, no problem. Now going for the factory, forcing a stim and running out. Oh, nice job by
Wow.
NesTea. NesTea's like, oh, wait a minute, I can actually just kill those Marines. Forces another stim. This supply depot will burn down.
There goes. All right, and, you know, with all these Mulas out, this is really where NesTea is going to show the power of Zerg.
Yeah.
It's in all this Mulas harassment.
We're going to see it
Look
right
at
now.
this. The Marines in the wrong location. NesTea going up and abusing that immediately, taking out a bunch of Marauders and even hitting some siege tanks. And Maka Prime is going to be hitting himself for being just slightly out of position. He gets punished hugely.
Yeah, he sent those Mutalisks over in this region over here, then looped back around here and attacked the front. That was a really smart move. And NesTea is a beast, man. He's expanding again.
That's right.
Oh,
And
my God.
he's even getting the gold base ready right now, Tasteless. You know, these Mutalisks are going to prove to be a huge problem for Maka. They already have their +1 attack. And Maka's going to have to get out some Thors to help defend against that. Notice he already does have...
over here.
Yeah. A couple Thors mixed in really do help. Because look, there you go. When they all clumped up like that, look how much damage he took. Everything's in the yellow, orange now. A few in the red. So Thor definitely going to help out with controlling the Mutalisk harassment.
All right, Muta's coming in again.
Oh man, nice magic box there. Not enough Marines to help out. So NesTea just erasing that Thor. Thor is not good alone against Mutas. You need some Marines with it, or at least a lot of missile turrets. The Muta's doing sick damage right now. And Maka, he's going to have a hard time recovering from this Tasteless. I don't know if he'll be able to.
Medevacs are almost out of energy, by the way. I don't know if Maka can actually get all the way across the map here without more than one or two stims occurring before he's actually just dried up his resources.
Yeah, quite true. Wow. Look,
This is actually insane, Artosis.
NesTea is like
He's
so
like
good.
so good.
I keep on seeing all these Zergs that are just amazing, but actually Maka Prime, quite an amazing player as well. Got a
certainly.
little bit behind from those early attacks that did not do all that much, but he's dealing with it quite well. He's made the tiniest mistakes that NesTea is abusing him hugely for.
Once again, he takes a peek here with the Mutas. Can't really do too much over here.
Oh man, and Maka stimmed all his Marines when that happened.
my God.
Unfortunately, he keeps doing that, Tasteless. I know you've mentioned it many times. In StarCraft 2, you cannot stim all that much. Medevac energy is at a premium, so you should only stim a very small amount, like we've seen I'm MVP do in his Terran vs. Zergs. You can just stim 4 or 5 Marines, and those Mutas are still going to run away. They hear the stim, they have to go.
Yeah,
because you can't really tell how many were stimmed.
Smart, because a lot of good Zerg players, they just hear this, the stim sound effect, and they know it's time to move out.
Yeah, you can't risk just getting beaten over by stim.
And it looks like he did it once again here. No, he did it with a chunk of them.
Oh man, this Mutalisk clump is so deadly. Tasteless.
Take a look over here.
Oh, a counterattack. Looks like he's going for the main base.
Oh, deflected.
Beautiful by Maka Prime.
Meanwhile, Muta's over here. A nice control by Maka Prime.
Oh, Tasteless, we are watching such a good game right now.
This is insane. Artos, I cannot believe
the
this.
supply catching up. Maka Prime at 160, NesTea at 178. I don't know how he caught up in supply that quick.
It's actually insane.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You know what's funny is NesTea has so much money because he has so many bases, he can barely spend it all.
Yeah.
He might need to make some additional hatcheries.
Yeah, it might be smart to, get all his techs, all his upgrades going. And in fact, Tasteless, he is going to go for a Greater Spire.
Oh, wow.
Right under those Overlords. You can't really see it.
Yeah, he's actually, let me see if I can get down there. There's a Greater Spire under here. And that means that he's going to switch to Broodlords.
Yeah. When someone has a lot of siege tanks, Broodlords can be a great choice, especially when you have Infestors mixed in, as you see there. Because when Marines stem forward to try to hit them, you simply fungal growth. And as we've seen before, maybe the most scary tech switch in the entire game. Notice he is getting Ultralisk Cavern on that production tab. Maybe the scariest tech switch in the game, though, is Broodlords into Ultras. The Broodlords force
that
Vikings.
That is so true.
And I am really not sure, even in theory, what Terran's supposed to do when you go from Broodlords into Ultras, because suddenly you have all these Vikings that are 0-0 against a bunch of upgraded Ultras.
It reminds me of the tech switch we saw. Hold that thought. Marines being chased back. It does remind me of the tech switch we saw in PvZ where people couldn't figure out how to defeat Zergling and Ultralisk, and the trick was you actually just go mass Corsairs and DTs.
Oh, yeah, that's quite true.
Similar tech switch, just too hard to deal with.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, beautiful
Nice
lift. He was totally planning on killing that. Loses a ton of Banelings. Maka Prime is all over the place, man.
Maka, if we take a look at his vision here, he doesn't know about this space or this space being taken. He hasn't even actually checked anywhere.
Yeah,
he's literally been stuck.
He's going to assume that a good Zerg player has a ton of bases right now, though.
And
once again, going for it with the Banelings connect. They do.
Nice
Prime doesn't
bundle.
lift off quick enough that time. And losing a ton of mutas right now. And look at this, Tasteless. Finally, the supplies have switched. 170 for NesTea, 178 for Maka
Take
Prime.
a look at this.
Wow.
Broodlords.
9 Broodlords.
And a partridge and a paratree, since it is the Christmas season. I remember when I first started playing, I was like, oh, Broodlords, it's so cute. It's like the mama and these are the babies, but no, these things are not cute at all.
No, they're not. The babies might be, but not the moms. All right, look at this. A lot of Vikings are out, and Maka right now, he knew this was coming. He's even getting +1 for Viking attack to help.
The Broodlords taking some shots right now, but the Terran ground not looking all too clean. He is going to lose these Broodlords.
Oh my god. This is Maka Prime is unbelievable, Tasteless.
I think Maka Prime can actually push now.
Oh, well, there's something scary coming. 12 Ultras. It always seems to be 12 when they tech switch. But he is making 12 Ultras right now. Now 14, 36 Zerglings on the way. But Maka Prime hitting a nice timing after that. Ultras take a long time to build. He's moving forward. Beautiful fungal growth on those Vikings. And he's going to take out the gold hatchery.
Yeah, no problem taking out the gold hatch. If he can switch back over here and take this out, that would be huge.
Yeah, Maka Prime's going to have to be very careful. He cannot lose his army. You lose an army with Terran, just like in Starcraft 1, you're probably going to lose the game at the top levels. Got to keep that army alive, or at least most of it.
He's branching up now. He's going to go over here.
Oh
my God.
Ultras taking out the siege tanks. This is what I was talking about. You cannot lose those units. Losing siege tanks is huge because they take forever to build. You only have a few factories. You build up the numbers throughout the game.
He actually held up all those Ultras.
Yeah.
And now he's down here attacking his hatchery.
Maka right now has great upgrades. He's got +3 ranged attack, +2 armor, and +1 vehicle weapons.
So many Ultras. He's going to go for the hatch.
Oh, God. Yeah, these units are gone for Maka, but he can lift everything up and run away because, hey, there's no anti-air right there.
Yeah, that's true. Finally getting this expansion up again is our Terran player.
4 mules.
Let's see if he has enough to hold up this Ultralisk Assault, though.
That's right. Now, see, those Vikings not going to be all that useful right now. Gold base not really needed. Going to let that fall. Doesn't want to waste a lot of units trying to stop it. And we do see he has landed his Vikings now. And that normally is not a good sign, but they're doing all right. He does have that +1 on, which is going to help out a little bit.
Trying to get a planetary fortress here. Uh-oh.
And the SCV's repairing. Going to make him run off a little bit. Ultras go back to attack it. Land. Look at this. Little game of cat and mouse here. The Ultras look like they kill it too fast, though. And here come the Marauder and Marine forces. A little bit late, though, because he has lost all of those Vikings.
Does he not have the concussive grenade? Am I mistaken?
Well, it does not slow down Ultras
that's
anymore.
right. What am I doing? I keep saying that. Forgive me, nerds. Nice controller by Maka. Meanwhile, Maka down here dropping this expansion. During that action, this expansion was lost.
Oh my.
NesTea is actually, he could
His
lose
economy
this.
has slowed down Tasteless. Look at this. Maka is all over the map, hitting everything. His units are getting weakened, though. And at the same time, there we go. Zergling's trying to stop that. But Tasteless up here, he is losing all these drones. They're going after the Thor. I don't think so.
I don't think that's a good
drones
thing to
can't
attack.
kill a Thor.
So, this expansion could be picked off here. We got... Oh, no, excuse me. I spoke too soon. The Ultras came to save the day. But there aren't really any drones there. Meanwhile, this expansion's mined up. Terran has sold this expansion over here.
It's quite true. And it looks like NesTea's doing a great job, but Maka, beautiful micro here, and he is a little bit behind, though, it looks like. 82 supply against 151. And these Ultras, they are pretty scary, man. But he is kiting them like crazy. Normally you want to combo Ultras with either a lot of speedlings to stop this kiting with a flank, or with fungal growth to just stop them dead in their tracks so the Ultras can actually connect a little bit more. So Maka being really cost-effective here, but NesTea has a big lead, Tasteless, and I think you're right. I think this is going to be it.
These Lings destroying these SCVs. NesTea barely won that.
That was a very close game.
That was insane.
TVZs of the highest order this season, Tasteless.
This is so awesome. Each of these games could be better than the ones before it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Starcraft 2 truly is turning into the most beautiful spectator sport that I have ever seen.
It's just, the game was so good. It's interesting because we basically had every expansion occupied.
Yeah.
There was a point where it didn't look like Maka could do it. NesTea attacked into him, and he deflected it pretty easily. And, from there, we just got to see this awesome game back and forth, taking on each other's bases. Had Maka Prime had a planetary fortress sooner at the command center at the upper left expansion that he was fighting for, and managed to defend that a little bit better, I think he could have won that.
Yeah, it was close, man.
Yeah.
NesTea's economy was gone at the end of the game, even though he was up like 40 supply.
Yeah.
His economy was gone, while Maka's actually wasn't. It's just NesTea used that momentum and rolled the command center, as you were just saying. Extremely close game.
That was actually insane.
NesTea, he got a pretty decent lead early when he actually crushed the army, then somehow got 44 drones because he's NesTea and he can do things like that.
He's got the cheat codes. Oh, little
Excuse
guy.
me, I'm so sorry.
Got a little cold little guy.
But pretty awesome game.
Yeah, pretty sick game. Again, thank you to our sponsors at Sony Ericsson and the Incheon Travel
Tourist
Organization. Thank you guys so much, and thank you everybody for tuning in. Our players are ready, so we're going to get this game started pretty soon here.
Yeah.
The map is going to be Scrap Station. This is a very technical map, and you're going to have a very perfect build order if you're going to win on a map like this. Totally unique style of play. So get ready for some TVZ action here, and see, we had pizza here. We
free pizza, we promise.
GSL.
I know there's no cheese for me, though, man. I can feel it
No
already.
vegetarian pizza for you, man. But we do have a TVZ for you on Scrap Station. Let's check it out.
Good enough.
Right now.